So the first of all, I was been starting with the paranoid quarantine, the setting of the nights with the overnights, the lockdowns of high school, the abandoned high school, and does include haunted high school quarantines, and whose secret laboratory and living by the numberless machines that's out there with some crawling to spiders, flying droid, traps, and everything's just creating every single of the machines like Virus 1999 films, and does have the features of main protagonist of Anthony Chamber calling it James-Senpai. They also had the originally met as well the Who Framed Miku main characters that who came into Japan's tour that on seeing the high school the investments and investigations to the high school haunted high school quarantines that went under at the dialogue to honor it, which is they're not here, and call of it this but standalone media character existing with the paranoid quarantines, as that they have the using it the characters Yandere simulator and various school themed of Japanese romantic comedy, the anime, the years existing. So I bet that the gameplay, the physics and mechanic, and the artificial intelligence of movement with the three people. The three people that had Yandere Miku, who has the Slender Miku, and she had the scenes the senpai here to the picking up the piece of paper, and she started stalking, staring, teleportation, and the staring is too closer, and after she's just jump scare at you at some point. And she have this abilities to throw into the projectiles that triple absorb the void of the projectiles. There's bruise of it everywhere in the room, and doesn't have the indestructible the high school. And the secondary the villains of Psycho Johns, but she doesn't have the killer, and she doesn't have a murders at anyone in high school, and she's been the sweet, and she has intelligence, a henchman, smart, and she is the high school student that grew up. Then, and she's been possessed the Yandere dark spiritual that after. It's after that. I had to make the only scenes episode of Who Framed Miku web media universe as Psycho-John that the first appearance of main series. Just in case the Psycho-Johns that only scenes the every countries, every locations, the spots of what they doing before it was eventually the events that begins as the paranoid quarantine. Just like the Sing 2011 film and the Sing 1982 films, prequel, and then entered the events that took place in it. This what I have to make this a big idea. So Psycho-John had equipment weapons like sword, but she's disliked the butcher knife that is terribly made up this kitchen knife on it, and she's selling it onto the equipment to sword instead. Psycho-John has a sword. She has a professional sword skill and super strongly the abilities, and nicely sweetly in the setting of despite that the personality, the setting of the day and night, and witch hunts there to let's us stare at to simulate the sinking to the senpai, to the people to stare it, and the scarier. And she's been slightly to sword this half to the like a fruit, slightly like a fruit instead. And I would never put the bloody, gory, messy in the high school, but I would have put the clean on it, and I put the clean, nicely censored stuff, but no bloody, gory, and it's only the fun with teenage and adult audition view, but not even bloody gore that graphically the videos. It's and that she's been using a sword instead. About that. And the third one is the Manix Yandere Mark. He's the one, the German British man, and the formerly male student from Germany, and he flew into the United Kingdoms and the different high school, and then after that he was a nicely the handsome man, the guy, and so wearing up to the cooler, the handsome, the gentleman's, and he's flew to Japan that the third members that Miku and Psycho to the one or two the memberships joins to the third person, the three people usual. Like I said, it's a mention like also romantic boy band groups. After the signed agreements approved, and he's been joined to as a re-establishment to Yandere Trio, just like also the three people, the Trio, the boy band groups. I usually listening to the Numa Numa songs a million times, and I like it, and it's setting a night the gameplay where you play as the Anthony James McCollins, the bicycle to carry with the package, the backpack there, and parking lots that cycling the captivate the James-Senpai bicycles, and his objective needs to find the missing their items that some patches what's that means to? Give me a second. I need to means this. As we really suggested talking about the ideas of paranoid quarantine. Well, but let me see. Supplies, items that surrounded their area as missing items that missing their property, the papers, since he's been joined to the maid. And he has carrying the backpack the inventory like Minecraft. Inventory you have the phone, you have the flashlight, you have any the batteries on it to insert it once you have to run out, and you have to insert the battery to the flashlight on it. Like Outlast for first person. Yeah, I have seen played the Outlast games that before years. Since when I was teenagers, the Outlast games is pretty freaking cool games. It's freaking scary a lot. But the paranoid quarantine, the gameplay and mechanic does the game's is style like Slender The Eight Pages, Slender The Arrival, Slendy Tubbies, Granny the Games, Mr. Meat, and Hello Neighbor. And it inspiring like Yandere Simulator, Yandere no Sotoka. That means that Yandere killers, psycho killers, pre-paranoid quarantines of the prequels, the directed prequels, the video. The main protagonist going around searching suspiciously that someone that strange and's been oddly that living the machines that being here the haunted high school quarantines that took place in and it's there.